Hey, how stoked are you that we have Rocky Mountain ATV MC as one of our show sponsors?
Yeah, I'm amped. It's a company made by riders for the riders, and they have their grassroots
I don't know.
stuff.
Have you seen those guys ride?
Why you throwing shade at them?
Hey, Justin can ride. The dude can wheelie. He's part of their crew. Dude, they ride quads, they're ATVs, off-road. You know what, though? I haven't seen them ride any motocross. Maybe that's not their thing.
Yeah, maybe so.
It's the place to go, though, when you need parts, apparel, and accessories.
It is. Rocky Mountain ATV MC.
.com.
That's right, .com. Get ready. They still using that. Remember?
Are they?
Remember back in the day, like when I used to hop in on shows with you and Ralph was doing the liner, and he'd be like, Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, and we'd be all in the background. Get ready, man. It was so good, right?
That's so good.
He said, if you can't win, wreck someone who can. And
Exactly.
I knew I wasn't winning that.
Why do people not get out of the fast lane?
Every time I see that picture of you riding around with that big-ass fro you're wearing, I still get pissed.
It was that night I said preparate, but I didn't say what I wasn't supposed to say, and that's A1.
All right, everybody, welcome to Real Talk 447. I'm Jeff Emig, and instead of being at the Fox Racing headquarters and Fox Racing Studios in Irvine, California, I am at the Tallahassee Taj Mahal, the home of my partner here, Ricky Carmichael.
Yeah. Hey.
How you doing?
Hey, I'm
So good to be
great.
back.
You know what? I'm glad to have you here. You don't get here enough. We've had some good times here. Good times that we don't remember, right? But it's been a lot of fun.
Well, we're filming this, so we're gonna.
Yeah.
We have documentation.
So if it's on film, it really happened, right?
That's what they say. No, if it's on the gram,
Oh, okay.
it didn't happen unless. It's
I thought
on the gram.
what is it, Joey? If you ain't snapping, it didn't happen, right?
I thought it was ain't no laws when you're drinking White Claws.
Yeah, ain't no law on White Claw.
Dude, look who we got with us.
I know we got
special guest.
we got Joe here. He lives a mile away. Good to have
So
you.
Joey
bud.
Savatgy, JGR Suzuki rider, at least for a little bit. You got a couple laps in.
Yeah, got a couple laps, some races, a few races, not as many as I'd like, but
Right.
we're just kicking it.
Part of it. How you been?
Never better. A lot of rehab and trying to get things back on track, but we're a lot farther ahead than what we thought we'd be at this point.
So the injury that you sustained at the AUSX Open was to your right foot. You want to just bring us up to speed, the listeners, the viewers, what that was all about?
Yeah, so basically in Australia, broken right heel, broken scaphoid, also in the right foot. Had
Is the scaphoid in your foot also?
Yeah.
Isn't that what's
in the
in
hands,
the wrist too?
Wrists, yeah.
That's right.
Got both. So had a surgery over there, external fixtures just to keep the foot spread out because everything was so smashed it was kind of deformed. And then flew to LA Thursday and had surgery Thursday afternoon, and I think we're probably 12, 13 weeks now since then. So we're making strides.
Yeah, but then on the home front, you guys have a new baby.
Yeah, River Rose.
Yeah, we got a little one. She's 6 months now and learning things, man. It's a blessing in a way. I got to spend a lot more time at home to kind of see her grow up and be a dad and do things that I probably wouldn't have had as much time doing if I was on the road every weekend. So you got to try to take the positives out of things. But she's almost to the point where she's crawling and.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Like, does she?
Months, you're moving.
She's up on all fours, kind of doing the rocking thing. She just hasn't figured out how her hands work yet. So
Sometimes you
she'll
can
be
watch
early?
it. Sometimes you guys can watch his Instagram.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
post a little story on it.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing is when she gets in her bounce thing, dude.
Oh,
she
dude, she loves the bounce
Dude,
thing,
she gets
just
buck wild on that thing, right?
nonstop. All I have to do is service oil on that thing, dude. The shocks are blown out.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, I'm telling you.
Dude, she gets on that thing. My daughter loves little kids. And she's like, let's go see River. We'll drive the golf cart. So Joey only lives about a mile from me, just a couple streets over, and it's like, let's drive the golf cart. I want to see River. I want to see River. So we go over there, and dude, she's just on that bouncy thing, just going for it. It's pretty cool. And
You have a heart rate monitor on her, or
Dude,
Strava, or
it
something,
took her
measuring it?
about 3 weeks ago. She's realized she has feet that move, and like she can use them. And since then, dude, it's just like nonstop. Put her in that thing, it's just bounce, 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 bounce for 30 plus minutes, dude. It's crazy.
I know this much, that it doesn't seem like it, but I think looking back in your career and what has happened this last year, these moments that you get to spend with River, you would have never got to enjoy those moments, and you'll never get them back. So yes, it sucks that you're hurt. Yes, you're going to come back. Everything's going to be great. But I, as a dad, and you could probably say the same, Jeff, it is almost as like a blessing, because these are some great years, because there's so much development that happens at her age, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get to see her crawl. You're going to get to see her stand up, right? I mean, you're going to get to see her sit up. You're going to see her roll over, so.
You got out of any diaper changes since you got the bum foot right now?
No, dude.
Sorry, honey.
I honestly, I felt bad because so when she came Sunday morning after Budds Creek, the round that I didn't go to, and obviously we had one round left, and then so I got home from Indiana, and it was like, here you go, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, it's awesome. I don't have to ride. I don't have to get up early. So I was taking all the late night shifts. That was at the point where she was eating every 2 hours, right? So like 11, 1, 3, 5 o'clock. I'm doing it. And then we leave, and I'm almost gone for a month, because I went from beginning of November, I went to Paris, went straight to New Zealand, and then I came home for a week, and then I flew straight back to Australia, and then I got hurt.
Yeah.
So by the time I got home, River was at that age where she's like, I want to move. If you pick me up, I'm not good with sitting anymore. Let's walk. So I was useless. So I felt really bad, because my wife would give me the kid, and she's like, we'll start crying. I'm like, I can't do anything. I'm stuck in this seat. I can't walk. She wants to be moving. So for a while, I was no help. And thankfully, my wife's mother was in town and stayed with us for a while, and she was huge help. Because if it was just up to her and I, we would have been in trouble, because I was zero help.
Yeah, if it was up to you, that's for sure. You
trust me,
on your hands and knees trying to
crawling.
catch up to her. It'd be like a challenge, like a race between the two of them.
Totally.
It was a joke, because by the time I started walking, it was like, hey, you and River both going to start walking again at the same time. It'll be a challenge. But trust me, I've gotten my fair share of dirty diapers. And she has this weird tendency to where if we go on road trips, she waits until we start driving, not at a stop, not anything else. She waits until we're moving to have the poop diapers. So I've had my fair share.
It just gets better, though. My kids are Jagger's 12 and then Presley's 16. And there's challenges along the way, but I think it just gets better.
Yeah. In my opinion, I loved River's age. She's 6 months old. 6 months to 3 years. I love every day, but those years, there's just so much development that happens.
Fast too, all the time.
Yeah, it's just you go through so many stages, monuments or milestones in their life that you can never get back. And so anyhow, you're living through some good ones right now. So turning a negative into a positive, without a doubt. But I have no doubt you're gonna come back. You're gonna be ready to go. I was there actually. I was there, and I was there, and I felt bad for the poor guy, man. It was definitely
a long ways from home too.
Long way from home.
We don't want to relive it too much, but anyhow, got him back. He's ready to go. He's rehabbing every day. Well, 3 days a week.
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? You sit at home and you watch the competition, the guys that you race against, the guys you want to beat. I think it just fuels the fire. So
100%.
So I know you still got a long ways to go with the foot and the ankle and all that, but we wish you the best, and I'm sure there's plenty of listeners and viewers that are wishing the same. Hey, I got a question. So you train out at the goat farm, right?
Sure do.
Do you wash your own bike when you're out there, like Ricky?
Sure don't.
He's a hell no.
Here we go.
So do you have a mechanic? Does he use
his dad.
Oh, your dad.
Big Joe.
Does Big Joe use the foam sprayer thing?
Slick Products, the foam gun.
Slick.
That's the one.
So he says that he loves washing his bike. Does he actually wash his own bike?
I've seen him wash his bike, yeah.
How many times?
See these guys?
You've seen it more than once? One time for the slick commercial?
No, I wouldn't say more than one time. I'm not saying it's an everyday thing, but I've seen him wash his bike.
He says he's meticulous, and he's the best. When it comes to the foam gun,
I didn't
and all
say
that
I was
stuff,
the best.
Does he
I
have the
said
cleanest
I
bike in the
like
shop?
washing
That's
the
what I'm
bike.
saying.
I said no. You said that I'm the best at it. I
No,
didn't say
you said you're the best.
No, I did. You know what? We'll have to pull up on one of the
We'll find some
previous
footage.
Real Talk 447 episodes. I never said I was the best. I said I enjoy to do it. And the foam gun, it's kind of cool.
Okay.
It is.
Foam gun makes me want to wash my car, to be honest.
See?
Like, seriously. it
Right?
does.
You're just like,
as weird as that sounds, like,
It makes me want to have somebody else wash my car. Hey, so we're down here. So everyone watching and listening right now. So I'm down here with Ricky, and we're doing the spring RCU. So we're doing
warm-up camp, prep camp.
Yeah, prep camp.
Spring National Prep Camp.
So we've got 20 or so young riders from like
Little bikes this time. A lot of
very
little
long
bikes this
age.
time.
We've got one guy that's a 250B rider that's pretty switched on, riding pretty good. And so we just had the first day today. It's supposed to be 3 days. Dude, outside right now, it's been like thunder, lightning. It is coming down. The rain, it's supposed to rain for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm
So
super bummed. We're going to make the best of
They're going
it.
to need some of that wash kit.
yeah.
By
You know
Thursday
what?
afternoon, they're going to need
Maybe I
that
could
wash
do a
kit.
demo. Maybe I will do a Slick Products demo on how to...
Ooh, that'd be cool for the campers. We could have like a raffle.
You know what we could do? We could do a session, and then we could have a wash-off. Who could wash their bike the best? Inspect it, like, that'd be pretty fun.
Like linkage in the little crack.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
You know what always would, like, piss me off is washing the bike, and then when I was done, and you look somewhere and you missed a
missed one spot.
Oh, dude, it drives me absolutely up the walls. Absolutely up
Like
the
a weird
walls.
angle on the fender.
I
you
used to
missed.
get mad when my mechanic would do the same thing. I'm like, what are you thinking? You missed a spot.
Yeah. There you go.
So I have a brand new Husqvarna FC450 in a crate.
Pretty shameless Husky plug, huh?
But hey,
we could've done
with the
better with
rain,
that.
I'm not even sure that I'm going to crack it out of the crate. I'm not sure we're going to break the seal.
And
I
do some
may
mud
just
motos.
ship it back to California. All right. Well, anyway, you want to give away some Slick products?
Yep, I do want to give away Slick products. Last week we didn't get to it. We didn't
People
give away
were
any
mad
products.
on
And our
Twitter.
winners, we're getting after it. Of course, if it's for free, it's for me. Everybody wants free stuff, right? Especially Slick products. It's the best in the business. 3-step process, can't go wrong. We missed it last week. However, this week going into Daytona, we got a good one for you. Dean Wilson. The first person that can give me the correct answer for what Dean Wilson is going to finish in the main event at Daytona Supercross wins. The cutoff time is, let's see here, we go live at 7:30 this weekend, I believe. So we're live on NBCSN 7:30. Make sure you check it out. Tune in. It's going to be great. It's a 50th annual Daytona Supercross.
Yeah.
Your picks have to be in by then. So, Dean Wilson, what is his main event result for Slick Products? Ricky Carmichael wash
enter
kit.
your own? Can you enter your own giveaway?
Dude, you won't believe it, but as soon as we post this thing, we get it edited. Hit us up on the Instagram. You gotta.
No, don't hit up my Instagram. You guys fill up my feed. Message him.
Okay.
Or Twitter, at Talk447 on Twitter, and send your message to him.
Have you been drinking?
No.
Oh, okay.
Ruthless.
Sounds like you're double
I
clutching
got
it a little
stuff
bit.
to do here, man.
Okay.
All right, so so check that out. Dean Wilson's main event result. Also,
Wait, did you do a giveaway last week?
No, I didn't.
You missed it?
I missed it.
Are you
They-
guys
they
on
let
back
me know.
order for the Emig Pro grips?
We are. Things have been very, very good. Because
Like, what's the
business is
top
booming.
seller? What colorway?
anything that's black normally, but I have the 3 new colorways that one would say that it resembles something that would fit like a Rock or a Red Bull KTM, and then one would look nice, like let's say on a Monster Energy Kawasaki, and then there's one that would really fit. The colorway would fit like a Rockstar Energy Husqvarna. So that's my new colorways.
Okay.
So there's no partnership with any of those, but the colorways go along with it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Also, Rocky Mountain ATV MC.com has a discounted product again, like last week. We're going to give you the discount code at the end of the show. Really want to say thank you to all of the viewers and listeners for getting in on that promo code, because sales were great and you guys took advantage of it and got a pretty cool t-shirt. Storylines for this week. I unfortunately, so I was in England for the first motocross Grand Prix event at Matterley Basin, so I was all wrapped up in that, but the gram was blowing up after Monster Energy Supercross, and it wasn't necessarily about Ken Roczen winning in Atlanta. There was more to do with Barcia and Tomac and the friction that they had. You guys were there, so tell me about it. What was the deal?
Well, we were on break, I think, on the NBCSN broadcast, and yeah, our camera guys, it might have been Shu, was just
after
that. Yeah, so we're waiting to go to podium. We're in between after the race ended and the break before the podium interviews, and our guys were down there on it. And I was listening, and Barcia was going off on him. Barcia was going off on Tomac.
Why was he
pissed.
so pissed at Tomac?
He says, dude, he says, you know, it's okay to, I heard him say, I'm okay with aggressive moves, but that was just dirty. Yeah. You crossed the bleeping line, that whole bit.
There was a lot of back and forth.
So did you see, like, this is where, listen, everyone, like, I haven't really commented on this instance, but I want to hear what you guys have to think, especially
so you're
you, Joey.
the corporate failed NBC game right now. You're not going to like.
No, I'm going to. I need to watch it happen again.
Well, I need
see what
his
happens.
opinion.
Yeah, like I think Joey, like sometimes Joey and I will be on our rides. I'm like, dude, you got really good insight. I mean, you're still competing, so you can't piss anyone off. But did you see what happened?
If it's the corner before the whoops, where Eli ran it in on Justin, then I think I know what they're talking about. And I can see from Barcia's standpoint, because Barcia's always been that guy. Like, dude, he'll be the first one to tell you. Number one, he's done some stupid things in the past. And number two, like, he's not afraid to run it in, right? So he ran it in on Eli a little bit. I don't even know if they made contact, to be honest. I think it just kind of spooked him. And then the left before the 3 to 3 on. Yep. So then they go 3 on. He goes off and Barcia goes in the corner. And you could tell, like, Eli was pissed. And when he came in that corner, you kind of tell by the body language. Like, he got in there and he revved the bike up and he kind of just clutched it and slammed into the side of Barcia and put Barcia high, like cross-rided him in that corner. And in the process, I guess he smashed his hand and his hand was cut up and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can.
Barcia's right hand?
Oh, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, like it's messed up. And on the press, if you watch the press conference, you go to supercrosslive.com, watch the press conference. And
you can see his hands cut up.
Yeah, it's cut up and it's a little swollen, and there's some displeasure there.
That's not what Eli Tomac needs right now. He doesn't need to be.
So was it over? Hold up, he wasn't done. Was it overboard?
Dude, it's so hard to say, because being in the heat of the moment, you don't always do the smartest things. For Eli and his position, it might have been overboard, just because you don't want to draw any extra unnecessary tension, right? Like, you're in a position, you're battling for the title. Not that Barcia's out of it by any means, but you know, you've got the red plate, you're the points leader. So the last thing you really want to do is just go piss a bunch of people off, right? Like, you want to have as many friends as possible when you're in that position. And then, you know, obviously Tomac got into Baggett. Yeah. And he said it's his fault, but still, you know, like, you know, Baggett's not happy about it. He's like, you just ruined my race. So, you know, I don't know if retaliation is the word, but Blake's not going to cut him any slack next time he gets around him. You know, so you already got him kind of not happy. And then you got Barcia over here, he's good at the game, right? He's really good at the game. And then
he's probably one of the best at that game.
So then you piss him off. And now you got two guys that aren't huge fans of you, right? So then you put yourself in this position where you're like, do I got to watch my back all the time? I got to keep looking over my shoulder. Like, so I don't think that in the moment it might have been the right thing, but I think looking back on it, he probably could have gone it about a better way. I think he was faster. You know, I think if you looked at lap times, I'd assume Eli probably had a faster lap. And I just think had he been a little bit more patient, he could have made the pass on him and not even, you know, pissed off the hornet's nest, to say the least.
Do you ever rattle anybody's cage? I can't remember there being anything major like
Not really.
Obviously,
Nothing serious.
You and Webb raced pretty close in the 250s, but nothing like that. Where
No.
And I feel like your and Webb's battles were pretty freaking good.
They were pretty
Like, there was a
straightforward.
mutual.
There was no crossing the line in any of that. And that's the other thing is, you want to race these guys, and like if you go back and watch, like with Ricky and Bubba and Reed, yeah, they had their moments, but there was a lot of respect, right? Because you race the guy every weekend, and I think that's one of the biggest things I've noticed is as I've made it into the 450 classes, there's for the most part a lot more mutual respect, right? Like if I leave the door open and you run it in, it's good, but I'm not going to blast you. Because you see the guy every weekend all year, and at that point you have enough respect for each other to race good and clean, but to know where the line is and not cross it.
Hey, you guys want to watch a Supercross that was as dirty as it gets? You watch Seattle 1990. So Larry Ward was the hometown
Were you
guy,
born yet?
Nope.
and Jeff Matasevich was factory Kawasaki. You had Bradshaw and Bale and some guys in there. Matasevich and Larry Ward were out front.
Yeah,
They were
I saw
literally
this.
squaring off, stopping in the turns, like blocking each other, and still pulling a lead.
Yeah, it was a really good
It was
race.
really
Back in the day, it was good.
Seattle,
like that
99.
season.
Yeah, dude, you gotta watch, dude.
Yeah.
It was good.
Anytime between about 90, 92, just before McGrath came in, during that time, everybody, I came in 92, but like 90, like all you did was run into each other. You didn't pass anyone. You took them out.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Like the whole Tomac Barcia thing, I enjoy because it adds a little bit of excitement. Like a little bit of flair. Like I'm for it. I'm not against it by any means. I think you got to be careful because when you're in the heat of the moment, you can go too far. But I love the back and forth.
Hey, we talk about it every week, every time this subject comes up.
So
I'm all for it. Like there's takeouts and there's close racing, but if you both go down,
yeah, you crossed the line.
you went too far.
Exactly.
Like that's not.
You're not doing any good if you both go down.
So for our listeners and viewers, I guess the long version would be for what Joey is trying to explain, and I think we've talked about this, is Eli's going to need favors at some point.
Yep.
This battle is really close. I don't know that Ken Roczen has an enemy on the track.
Nope.
That guy, is he one of the you race
100%. That's what I was just about to say. Like he is probably one of the guys that you can race and not ever have to worry about getting your clock cleaned out because he's respectable. Like he's gonna run it in there, but he's not gonna
clean you.
He's not gonna meet you at the end of the corner, So like you can battle with him all day long, and it's a good battle, Now there's some other guys out there that I think you'd have to be a lot more.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen is Eli's gonna need favors, and that's where you have to be buddies with these guys or race them clean or whatever it might be, even if it's in practice.
Yep.
You have to make friends with these guys and be nice and don't cross the line, because you have to anticipate that one event there's going to be a time where you don't get a good start and you're going to need a favor. And if this guy's mad at you because of an issue you had a couple weeks ago, you can bet that person isn't going to let him by easier. He's just not going to roll over for him, and that could be the position. That could be a loss of a position.
That could be a position for time. You pass a guy and he sees it's you, and you guys are on mutual grounds. He's faster than me. I'm gonna try to hop behind him and stay with him.
Roll over.
Now, if he's mad at you and you pass the guy, he's like, "Oh, I'm meeting him at the next corner."
Almost like a perfect example would be what Chad Reed did to Ryan Dungey at St. Louis.
100%.
Chad was mad. Chad is just fast enough to be able to keep Dunge by, and I think that costs
something like that.
Well, could you imagine? I was going back. I'm like, come on, Reedy. I love Chad. Him and I, we're great friends, but I'm like, come on, Reedy, you're above that, dude. Yep. But he was pissed.
Yeah,
he
was pissed. That's the favor that.
And dude, in my opinion, that cost Ryan the win. Ryan was 100%. Coming, and it turned the tables of the event.
Even if he wouldn't have won that, it cost him a shot at being there for the win.
Yeah.
Because by the time he got around him, it was long gone. Like it wasn't even close.
All right. Let me.
I love hearing this guy's feedback. It's really good.
you raced with Eli on Kawasaki for a couple years, right?
One.
One
Their teammates
sorry.
last year, yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking of Monster Energy Cup and then next year. And when you guys, your lockers inside of the Monster Energy Kawasaki rig were obviously like side by side, right? He's been like, it's been infamous, these amazing rides that he has and then like a meltdown race. Like, what is there? Do you ever talk to him about those things, or any talk like?
No, because he's one of the few guys that has the motorhome.
Oh,
right?
so he just goes in his rig. And
So like we come
Did
back.
you ever see the dude?
No, never. Like coming back from the track, he'd get off his bike. Hey, this isn't any good, or this needs to be better. Blah blah. I felt this. All right, right to his motorhome. Wouldn't see him again until.
Oh, so you use the locker, he uses his motorhome.
Yeah.
So it was like your rig.
Oh, it's my own rig. Yeah, it was sweet. I had two lockers. I could use either one. I had an extra couch in there. But see, and then he'd come out, get on his bike, warm up for 5-10 minutes, get on his bike, go down to the race. That's it. That's all I ever saw.
So it was really just.
Oh, 100% own way. He had his motorhome. He went there and wouldn't see him until the signing or practice. So yeah, I definitely.
I personally feel like he has turned the corner, and he has taken what he's learned in past years and has applied to what not to do. He's thrown that, and he knows what to do now. I feel like he's okay with handling the red plate. Listen, people can say what they want. The guy was coming to the front this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
There's no doubt about it. Yes, he got a bad start. Everybody's going to get a bad start once in a while.
Yep.
He just wasn't sitting in 10th place. He was moving to the front, and at the end of the day, after all the crap that he went through, he still got 4th.
Yep.
I mean, okay.
I think
Do you think?
Fields depleted a little bit? A night like that, a month ago, that would have been a 7th or an 8th. Okay? No? No, what do you guys think?
I don't know about that far.
I'm on an island over here.
I would agree.
I'm on Gilligan's Island.
I don't know about deflated,
Yeah.
but for sure you're missing a guy or two. I think you're missing AC. He would have been up there.
Dude, but then I was looking. If you look at the fine print, think about when Anderson stalled it. Then was it Freezy ran into him, and then as a domino, and then Wilson.
Freezy went on off and kind of cased it, stopped in the corner. Anderson came to a complete stop, and then Wilson ran in the back of Anderson, or vice versa, and went over.
So
the
that was three guys right there that he caught right there, like easy. Webb went around them. Did Eli go around them all at that point?
Eli got around Freeze and Wilson for sure, which were 2.
Yeah, I mean
so that was 2 spots, just no work, just gifted.
Yeah. That's definitely
not taking anything away from Eli, but at the end of the day, that stuff adds up.
Oh, big time.
It adds up. So anyhow, I personally think
he should have been 5th at best, because had he had to spend the time to get around those guys, he wouldn't have got Davalos, because he barely got Davalos as it was.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, it was the last corner thing where they got him.
Yeah.
I think what Eli's gotten better at this year, I've noticed, is turning his boo-boos into Band-Aids and not surgeries. You know, like, he makes those bad nights not as bad as what they've been in the past. Because we've seen in the past him take a bad night and really...
That's a good soundbite right there.
it is. No, I like
turn
that. I
some
mean,
nights
no,
into
like
really bad
like Joey and I, like when we go on our bike rides and stuff, I'm like, dude, you're giving some great stuff. You know, like this is cool stuff. I think people are really going to love hearing your insight. But you know, you gotta walk the line, because you still got to race with these people. But for anyhow,
So you think Tomac?
I think he's
mentally he's got that.
He don't have those demons
last 6
anymore.
years,
He don't have the
he's got that
demons.
fixed.
I think he's faced his fears, or I don't think the demons of having the red plate are as crucial as they used to be.
What about Ken Roczen? He just won, I believe, his 3rd race main event of the season. And the stat is that the last 5 Atlanta winners have won the championship and have won Atlanta.
That's a...
Do they make it
statistically,
6?
that's pretty big.
Stay on the string?
But, I don't know. I think like he said...
I mean, he's had the gremlins also.
Here's the thing, dude. And when I was going upstairs to get something, like it's so hard to predict. I don't know. It's just up and down.
One thing, Eli's going to be fast this weekend. You know that for a fact.
I mean,
he's going to be
Daytona.
good.
You know he's just got to be licking his chops like.
Oh, yeah. Because last weekend, he's pissed. He didn't have a good weekend. I mean, it was salvageable. He got good points, and, yeah, he might have made an enemy or two, but from where he was and being on the ground and everything else, like, to still finish inside top 5 is a good night. Yeah. And now he's got fuel, and he loves the outdoor-style tracks. And Daytona, he's pretty good there.
Dude, he's going for his 4th win.
Yep.
How many you got there?
5.
5.
How many you got?
Worried at all?
Oh, I personally think he's going to beat my Daytona win record, and I think he's going to pass me and Bubba for all-time wins.
Yeah.
I do.
If there's someone who could beat the Daytona record, I feel like he's.
That's no disrespect to any guys out there. I'm assuming he's going to race for another 2 or 3 years, and his average is how many races is he winning a year? 6 or so.
He's
crazy.
winning a quarter of his races,
Six or 7 races a year. Do the math.
Yeah.
I mean, he's right there. So.
Well, speaking of statistics, all right, Joey, you ready for the SX research department? Do you like this segment?
I do.
Or you fall asleep?
Do you really? No, he likes he's a stat dude.
I like statistics.
All right. Okay, here we go. So let's look at the ties for the Premier Class points lead. After Ken Roczen won Atlanta last Saturday night and Eli Tomac finished 4th, both riders have 200 points after 9 of 17 rounds. Since the current point system started in 1985, minus the little change that we had a couple years ago, this is only the 16th time that points have been tied at any point in all 36 seasons.
In the Premier Class.
In the Premier Class. The most recent was back in 2017 when Eli Tomac and
Ryan Dungey
were level on points.
New York.
After round
Or New Jersey.
14 at Seattle. So for the next race in Salt Lake City, both riders had their red plate. You remember what happened that night?
Was it Salt Lake?
No.
Salt Lake, yep, stay with me. And that night, Tomac won just ahead of Dungey. Remember Dungey rode from like last to second?
Yeah.
Amazing ride. Which put Tomac in the driver's seat with just 2 to go. He went to MetLife Stadium
for the penultimate round
with the points lead. Remember that?
I thought he was
But
tied.
in the penultimate, no, he had the lead going into.
Yeah, I remember New Jersey. It wasn't good.
Our stat man got the stats wrong
he's right.
If you go to the NBC SN broadcast, we talked about it like the last time that they were tied was in 2017 at East Rutherford.
I thought they were tied at East Rutherford.
No, they were. That's wrong. But in the
okay, so we're both saying, and he told us, I can show you the text.
Points lead going into East Rutherford. Okay,
this is why you make fun of me having my phone.
At New Jersey, disaster struck. Tomac had a miserable race, finished 10th, while Dungey won, all but handing the KTM rider his 4th career championship.
Yep.
The latest that points were tied
Had to have been that. No.
2006. Going into the final race of the season in Las Vegas. 1 to go, Joey. Ricky Carmichael and Chad Reed were tied in points. You remember, because it was like the FIM world title was kind of different, and James kind of had a couple points in that. I didn't remember, but Ricky and Stewart were tied in points going into the finale. How'd it turn out?
Wait, Ricky and Stewart or Reed and Stewart?
I'm sorry, Ricky and Reed were tied in points.
Hey, winner take all.
Stewart won the finale and won the FIM world title that night, while Carmichael finished 2nd and Reed was 3rd, which to me was one of the greatest races I've ever watched. Because you know how it is in Vegas. You're like tiptoeing around the track because it's so dry and slick and everything. And they were riding at such an incredible pace. Okay, which was just enough to give Ricky his 5th and final career Supercross championship.
First time there'll be 2 red plates in the 450 since Tomac and Dungey both had it at East Rutherford in 2017. Dungey won that night and Eli was 10th. Dungey locked it up the next week at Las Vegas and then rode off into the sunset.
That is wrong.
Well,
same research department produced this. I don't even know if this stuff's real or not.
Was he drinking Jameson when he texted this, perhaps?
Maybe.
So he
This is actually correct, and that's not. Your phone text is wrong.
But you see who
I
it's
don't know.
from, right?
If you guys want to hear
I'm looking up results.
Yeah, Joey's he's going for it.
Okay, so any of our viewers or listeners, if you want some like pseudo accurate statistics, follow the SX Research Department on Instagram. It may not be right, but it looks good. Let's just go with it at this point. Sound good?
I will say, that is official. What was on that text, there could have been Jameson involved. So, what was on my text wasn't official. What goes on that paper is official.
A little
So,
late night.
You
statistic.
got one, SX Research Department. Dude, he's gonna be driving. He's like, "You suckers."
Yeah. Hey, do you do any fantasy supercross at all? I mean, you're just like.
Do you do any fantasy in any sport?
Not anymore. I used to do football, but
Do you do any fantasy in anything in life?
no.
Okay.
You're a clown.
Just
Stop it.
wondering. No fantasy football, baseball, or anything? So I was out there in England at the
Here's the
MXGP
ties.
where, dude, you don't have any cellular data unless you're connected to Wi-Fi somewhere. I went to put in my RM Fantasy SX things. I'm like, oh shoot, I got to do my picks. When I logged in, I had 24 seconds to get them in.
Wow.
So I got first, second, and third in, and I just kind of like threw them in, and then I didn't get anything else, right? So I only had 3 picks, and none of them were correct. But then when I talked to Ray, right, our guy from Rocky Mountain, he says, well, if you don't redo your picks on the RM Fantasy SX, your picks from the week before roll over.
Okay.
So, I don't know, I messed up. But, of course, you guys know that we have, if you've been listening, that we have the Real Talk 447
this is a good one this week.
on RM Fantasy SX. So if you haven't played any of that, go to rmfantasysx.com. You create an account. It's super easy. It's free. Scroll down to, there's a tab that says Browse Groups, and then type in Real Talk 447, and you can join our group also and win all kinds of weekly prizes and all that. If you're full on and you're engaged like some of these people are, 2 people are going to win a fully kitted, it's a KTM, right? I think it's a fully kitted KTM, Rocky Mountain KTM team bike, full
Not a bad
on.
deal.
Well,
Two
like you
people
s-
win it.
if-
I'm not winning.
if you just-
there's no chance I'm winning.
If you're just now entering our Rocky Mountain Fantasy SX contest, you're probably not in the running for the motorcycle.
You're a few rounds late.
Yeah,
Just a few.
They probably aren't going to get the free motorcycle.
Not unless they guess right the rest of the
So,
year.
but
Alright,
you
so
didn't
give
say
Joey-
this week, it's the top 5 in the 450 class, and the wild card is 10th. You guys got any recommendations?
Side
do you want
side
that?
note,
Yeah.
Okay.
he was right. It wasn't New Jersey. It was.
Okay.
So-
Well, that's what I said. In the
Someone
text,
messed up.
there
Yeah,
might have been
one
some
for
Jameson
pro.
happening.
Yeah, and one for Fro.
No, it's not. I'm just, hey,
You're just
I got-
relaying the message.
huh?
You're
I'm
just
just
relaying
saying,
what
I
someone-
read
Yeah,
from the
yeah.
horse's mouth right there. Okay. So anyhow, this week's top 5 in the 450 class and the wild card is 10th. Do we have any recs?
Pull up your points. 10th. Who's getting 10th?
Who's been getting
Who's
10ths
getting
most
10th
of the
this week,
time?
Joey?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
That's-
Not a lot of guys want to get
There's
10th.
There's not a lot of guys I feel like getting.
No, it's right there.
I mean, Wilson's
I get-
had one to
It's just every week.
Wilson's better than
Wilson, especially outdoor
Every week
style.
it's just Dean Wilson.
that. No,
right?
he's.
I feel like
You think Plessinger? Plessinger's around that
Yeah,
range,
he
but
is.
he's kind of been getting better.
Yeah, he's been getting better.
I'm gonna take Vince Freeze 10th.
So you're going with
That'd be a
Freezy.
good wild card.
Yeah, that will be.
Okay, so that's RC. I'm gonna write this down so we can. pull it
What
up
do you
next
think,
week.
Joey? I
Come
mean,
on, Joey. Come on, these are the guys you actually race against. So you're supposed to be the expert.
see, we're putting him in a position right now. It's hard to find
Yeah,
that wild card, man.
Because anytime whatever I say, that guy's gonna be like, "Really, you're only gonna put me in 10th?"
Oh, yeah, and then like when
I'm
you're
gonna
trying
go-
to pass him, he's gonna like cut you off, right?
I'm gonna go 46. Justin Hill.
P10.
Okay, Hill.
Who you got, Fro?
I mean, if you
So
look at his
Anderson was 11th last week. He's bound to be a 10th this week.
no,
Maybe I should go with
Tanner's gonna be
JA.
way better. than
Come
that.
on, dude. Dude, that's so disrespectful.
I mean, look at Hill.
And,
11th,
dude,
11th.
dude, this guy's disrespecting you so hard right now.
No, I said maybe. It's bound to be better. It might not be
Dude.
exactly a 10.
Hill, 11th, 11th, 12th, 12th, 8th, 9th, and the last 3 rounds have gotten better. But it is an outdoor style, and everyone knows
Outdoor style.
he hasn't.
See, that comes in.
He hasn't been an outdoor strong guy, right? Hill's never been a guy that's like, oh, look, he's outdoors, he's gonna do great.
Yeah.
Could be different this year, but
Man. So I got to pick somebody.
What do you think? Does Reedy go 10th?
dude, I almost said Reed.
Did you?
Yeah.
Does Reedy go 10th?
Sorry, Chad. I'm not picking you for 10th, dude.
Dude, you guys
No
are
respect.
Dude, you are ruthless, bro. Huh? You disrespected two
it's like gonna
Supercross
be a
champions right now.
You can assume the top 5 in points are going to be top 5 in some sort, right? You can almost
Yeah.
pretty much guarantee that. I mean,
Yes.
if you were a betting man.
I almost
I'm
think
feeling pretty good about my pick.
You do? Okay, I'm going to go. I'm going to go Benny Bloss out of Missouri for a top 10.
Dude.
That's bro. Okay, there you go. That's it. Make sure that you go on rmfantasysx.com and play in the Real Talk 447 group and see if you can beat our picks. What do you think? You like it? You guys feel good about your picks?
Yeah.
All right, so Rocky Mountain also does promo code each week. This week, the promo code is 447MURC. Is that Merc?
Yeah.
447 Merc.
Short for merch.
Fox Racing merch T-shirt. So go on and check it out. So MURC. That's the T-shirt. Normally it's about $13. You can get it for $10. I probably limit 2 per customer. Offer code is good for 48 hours. So pretty cool shirt. Get it
I like
for,
that
Get
one.
it for $10. 447 MURC for the Rocky Mountain promo code.
Good stuff.
Saving money.
That's been pretty good. It's been a good deal. The promos, those promos have been pretty cool.
They're pretty good. Not quite as good as the promo code that we get, but it's pretty good.
I mean, it's better than no code, right?
We appreciate you guys checking that out each week. Man, that's our show. Unless you guys got anything else you want to add.
I mean, I feel like we're a little short right now, right?
Story time, it's been about an hour or so.
Let's see here. So I always like to tell a story about the upcoming race, Daytona. So we're going to Daytona, and I would probably talk about the year that I got lucky and won. It was in
Which of those 5
2006. 2006. Stu had us covered. I mean, Chad and I were back in the distance. And check this out on YouTube. But Stu, something happened and he rode the front wheel and almost went straight into this berm, but got lucky and went over the berm.
But he ragdolled over the berm.
Yes, remember the bike?
I remember that. Body
It
was
was on the-
extended, but it was fast too.
Was it like on that on-off thing?
I don't
And then
know.
there was like a
It was
left-handed
bad.
berm,
Yep.
and
Dude, he rode it, and it looked violent because it like went over, and the bike,
Yeah.
he was flipping,
Yeah.
the bike was flipping, and it was gnarly.
I got one.
Okay.
How tempted
Daytona?
were you? Nope. How tempted were you to continue your farewell season after you had the red plate?
And outdoors, I was pretty.
Supercross.
No, Supercross.
No? Yeah.
I didn't want none in Supercross, dude.
Yeah,
I
but you had
was-
the red. You had.
Yeah, I know, but it's too. It's like, man, I just didn't feel like dealing with it. It's just too much.
How many rounds in? did
What
you
I
go in
was
a row?
really,
He's
what I was,
such an
what really
asshole.
kind of pissed me
I just
off.
couldn't
God,
be
his red
bothered
plate
with the
sucks.
points lead. Again.
No, what really
He's got all
kind
all those trophies
no,
out
what
there.
really kind of irked me though was the outdoors. I did the first 6 or 7 rounds, and then like a week later, that when I was done, Stu got hurt. I'm like, oh.
Well, why
dude,
did you jump back in? You can make up another 50.
because he would have came back. And
Yeah,
like, I was done, dude. Like, I'd already made up my mind before the
Mentally, you were
season
like-
started. Yeah, I
Well,
was
hey,
done.
and bringing this conversation almost full circle, Caden and Elise were born the day before his final Supercross event in Orlando.
That race was wild.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite races, and I'm going to tell you guys why. I've said it a couple times. I didn't race, or I didn't win. I don't care. But the reason that I liked it so much, because I never will forget this. When we were racing, I was like, dude, we are riding at such a high level right now, and it felt so good that, even though I didn't care that I didn't win, it was a really good
That was
sensation.
a really good race.
Hey, so what's your take? We're going to circle the card again. What's your take on the Fernandez move?
With Craig?
Craig, yeah.
You're asking the wrong guy because I
He on
mean,
the same side as me.
well, and I've been on the other end of the Craig deal before.
We all have.
Yeah, we got into it in Arlington when I had the red plate with Cooper that year.
That's
It
right.
was
You
the
remember
whoops,
that?
wall, whoops, and we got side by side coming in the first set of whoops. We got to the top of the wall, and then he just yanked a left coming into the whoops, took me out in the whoops. I lost the red plate that night,
What season?
That was,
2016.
remember Dallas? They were battling,
Dallas,
and
yeah. It was
he-
the whoops wall, and then we got to the top of the wall, and when he landed, Craig shot left, took my front wheel out in the
vaguely.
whoops.
and it was, and Cooper was behind
Cooper was
you.
right behind me, yeah.
He was
It
behind
was all
him
three of
that
us
night.
in front. So, I mean, there's a little bit of there's a little bit of feelings there. So I do think that you look at this year, whether it been with Craig or whether it had been with Hill and Paris, like Fernandez has been on the side of probably not the smartest passes, but at the same time, Craig's also been on the other side of not so smart passes, whether it been with me in the whoops or whether it been with Martin in practice that year.
That was brutal, dude.
Was it Indy or Minneapolis? Somewhere, dude.
Where
He
was that?
Ruined him. He was disqualified for the night.
Isolated it
Yeah.
just on Fernandez. Like he was late. He wasn't nearly close enough to try to make that pass.
No, he
It-
was miscalculated.
He
without
miscalculated,
a doubt.
or he anticipated that Craig heard him over the finish line and was just gonna like roll off the throttle or
Yeah,
something.
I'll tell you what though, it made for a hell of a Racer X cover. That photo that was on the cover of Racer
Hey, I tell you
X.
what, you want to take the
Man.
steam out of someone's win? It's like Eli didn't even win that night.
Okay, what's been the biggest surprise for 2020? Would you say?
In which class?
450. Biggest surprise.
Dude, I don't know. That's tough because I feel like it's between Barcia and Cinceroa. I mean, I knew AC was going to be good, but I think he's maybe had been doing maybe a touch better than
What you anticipate?
what I anticipated. But at the same time, Barcia started strong again. Everyone's like, oh, it's over with, And then they went to Anaheim too, and he got 9th, and everyone's like, there it is. That's the end of it, And he's slowly, I don't know about turned it around, but kept himself in there, And like we're 9 rounds in, and he's less than a race out of it. So it's like between those two, I think they've both done better than what I probably thought.
250. What's the biggest surprise in 250? East-West. Where you were like, man, that guy really shocked.
I think Fernandez looks good on the West. I think he has those guys' number. I think just raw speed, he's just got it.
What about you? What's your biggest surprise of the year?
I was surprised at Cooper Webb's slow start. I thought he would have. I thought he would have.
That's where I was going too. Webb struggling in the beginning. I didn't expect.
But where it flipped for him? Oakland.
Yeah.
When he passed Ken in that last
actually
corner.
flipped for him in Arlington.
Well, the other way in Arlington. Flipped the good way in Oakland.
Dude, stop
That
it.
was good.
That's messed up. Yeah, that's it for me. 250 class is always fun. I am really looking forward to the
East-West shootout.
Oh, the East-West shootout's
gonna
gonna
be
be
good.
so good. We're gonna have Joey. I'm gonna bring Joey on after the East-West shootout. I'll bring him on. You'll be at the Fox Studios, Fox Racing Studios, and Joey's gonna come here. We're gonna hash it out. That is gonna be a lot of fun.
You know what I want to do when we have the break, whenever that is, after Indy, maybe? I think we should get a bunch of different clips and like reset all 3 classes we'll get some sound bites. We'll get Joey in here when
Yeah, Joe's got some really great
Yeah. All right.
feedback. Thank you, man. That was good. Thanks for coming on, Joey.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it.
Of course, loved it.
We're gonna be doing
He's
some.
gotten out of doing some diapers here for a few
Yeah,
hours.
Nice, good.
Oh, she's
Well, we
asleep,
were
dude.
waiting for Jeff for forever, trying to get ready for
At least an
the freaking
hour.
show.
Well, somebody has to produce this thing, okay?
Okay, well,
He's out there slaving away at the goat farm today for the RCU.
yeah. Hey,
Going to be in Daytona this weekend for the 50th
Yep.
anniversary.
50th running of the Daytona Supercross. A lot of fun. A lot of cool.
He's done well.
Yeah. Joe Shimoda, he's done good. Great job this last weekend. You got 5th
The weekend
at
before he
Atlanta.
was up
That
there
was
and he
good. Yeah,
crashed.
you've been doing well. A lot of fun. You got a great mentor with Wardy, one of my childhood heroes. Thank you to all the listeners. Thank you to all our great sponsors. And yeah, that was another good one.
Rocky Mountain ATVMC.com, Slick Products, Emig Pro Grips by ODI Grips. Also going to have a big mention for the RC4 Podium Flight Handlebar,
Yeah.
RC4 CFT handlebar. That's from ODI. Check out that bin. That's Ricky's specialty bin that we've just came out with ODI. And of course, Fox Racing and all the listeners.
Hey, real quick, sorry.
What?
Money must be tight.
What?
You didn't do a Emig Pro Grip giveaway.
No, I didn't do a giveaway. Not this week. I'm ramping up for it next week.
Okay.
I've been so busy. It's hard to keep up with it, though.
It is.
I mean, you have to send the text to the person, and then they have to do all the work to ship it out.
Well, one guy
It's a
that won
pain
the
in
Slick
butt.
product, he's from Australia.
Oh, that's easy shit.
All right.
I love it. All right, hey, so if you guys enjoyed the show, make sure that you like it. Subscribe if you're on YouTube. Also, comments on YouTube. I haven't got to last week's show. You haven't got to any of last week's show, I don't think, on YouTube. But thank you, everyone, for your comments. We appreciate it and all the feedback. Everyone for your comments on Twitter at Talk447, and of course our Instagram accounts. If you want to catch up with Joey, you have any questions for him, it's Barcia Savatgy 17 on Instagram. We were talking earlier. That's why it's so funny. So on the broadcast, when we were on Fox Sports, we were in Glendale a few years back when he was on 250. I'm calling him Joey Versace, and I was saying it. I was not thinking. And then our producer Chris Bond comes on like in your headset while the race is going. Ralph and I, it's Savatgy, and I'm just like, oh shit, was I calling it Versace? And then Pete Richards comes on and says, yeah, you called him Joey Versace 3 times so far.
People were tweeting me video
So you need
clips
to
of it.
fix
I
your
love it.
Instagram account. It's messing us up. So anyway, send your comments, your well wishes, and everything to him, and check him out on Instagram. See how his recovery with his foot is going. So we appreciate
Yeah,
you
of
being
course.
on, Joey. Thank you.
Thank you,
Wish you
man.
the best.
Yeah,
We can't
man.
wait for you to be back in Supercross and Motocross. Thanks everybody for listening. Coming to you from the Taj Mahal of Tallahassee here, Ricky Carmichael's home. Andrew McKeag Band's going to take us away with This Old Lie. Thanks everybody.